Vault registration key. Key used to register a resource with an Azure Recovery Services vault, used for backup and disaster recovery purposes. Azure Backup. Azure Backup is a backup service that provides data protection and recovery for various workloads, such as virtual machines and databases. Allows you to restore a VM to a new VM. File shares and VMs have their own policy. This is not for Azure SQL databases as they have their own backups for 30 days. This has the Windows Server backup feature requirement. Backups need to be stopped to delete the backup data. To restore files, you can use the portal, go to the File Recovery Vault, select a restore point, download and run the script to mount the drive on a computer. Copy the files using File Explorer for quick restores of files. Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory is a cloud-based identity and access management service that provides single sign-on and multi-factor authentication. Guest accounts are created using Azure ADSM invitation. Bulk delete is done using the UPN. The UPN is unique. Directory-wide groups allow assigning permissions to non-identity provided accounts such as gmail.com. You can change the default sign-in directory from the Azure portal. To grant ACESS to external partners, in the user blade, you can modify the external collaboration settings. Subscription. An Azure subscription is a logical container for one or more Azure resources, allowing you to manage and control access to them. The service administrator is set in the Properties section of the subscription. Tenant. An Azure tenant is a dedicated instance of Azure Active Directory. Global administrator. A global administrator is a user with full administrative access to an Azure Active Directory tenant. They are also auto-added as local administrators on the computers joined. User administrator. A user administrator is a user with administrative privileges to manage user accounts, including assigning and revoking licenses, creating and managing groups, and resetting passwords. Is meant for access assignment without access. Contributor. A contributor is a user who has the ability to create and manage resources, but cannot manage access to them. Resource policy contributor is a role to assign and create initiative definitions. Owner. An owner is a user who has full control over a resource, including managing access to it. Can assign access. Device administrators can be added from the device settings blade. Office 365 Groups. Office 365 Groups is a feature in Azure that allows you to create and manage collaboration groups. Security Dynamic User Group. A security dynamic user group is a group that is automatically populated based on dynamic membership rules. Security Dynamic Device Group. A security dynamic device group is a group that is automatically populated based on dynamic membership rules. Azure SQL Servers. Azure SQL Servers is a managed relational database service in Azure that provides scalable, highly available, and secure data storage. Resource Group. A resource group is a logical container for one or more Azure resources, allowing you to manage and control access to them. Managed disks don't support move. Virtual networks, classic, cannot be moved. Virtual machines with the managed disks cannot be moved. Set as. Commandlet in Azure PowerShell for configuring and managing Azure resources. Virtual network. Logical representation of a network in Azure that allows VMs to communicate with each other and with the Internet.